going forward, Fitzgerald said he wants to add up front. And clearly, I mean, you look at the numbers, I think they're the lowest in expected goals. It's just not going well for them in the scoring department right now. Is that their biggest need? And if it is, like, who do you look at out there who's potentially even available to say that's the fit for them that would help fix not everything, but at least a lot of things that are not going well for them right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I honestly think at this point, and I don't think Devils fans are going to want to hear it, but it's probably more of an off-season thing because I think at this point, like I'm sure anyone would help in the top six in particular, but I think if there's going to be meaningful change, like it's going to need to be not a blockbuster necessarily, but like a legitimate guy of substance who makes a bunch of money, who's going to be a featured player on this team, playing alongside Brad and Hughes in particular to maximize the minutes for those guys. And that's the type of player that's probably more likely to be available in the offseason. I've talked about how Jason Robertson was essentially made in a lab to check all of
Right.
those boxes, right? He's used to playing with fast puck dominant guys in Rupe Hintz in Dallas. He's an elite finisher. He's defensively responsible. He's great around the net. He'd be the perfect line mate for those guys with the position the Stars are in, competing for a Stanley Cup. He's almost surely not going to be available between now and the deadline, but needing a new deal this summer, maybe he's someone that could potentially shake loose. So that's kind of the range of player I'd be looking for to like actually speed this thing up and move it in the right direction. Any finisher is going to be valuable though. To your point, like the comparing their actual goals versus expected goals this year, they've been one of the least efficient teams in the league. They are getting looks, maybe not as much as we'd like to see from them, but still more than being the 32nd team in 5-on-5 scoring. And so just having guys who, when Hughes and Brad are dancing around the offensive zone, give it to them in the high danger area, you can't let those opportunities go to waste. And guys like Palat or Nason previously or Paul Cotter at times have done so time and time again. And so that's something that's imperative for the Devils to fix moving forward.
A lot of talk about a guy like Steven Stamkos and if there could be a fit there with him, and could they make the Hamilton thing work where they swap those monies, those dollars, and perhaps send a few pieces their way in exchange? Like, is that the kind of thing they should be looking for, or is it more to something like you said, where maybe they be a little bit more patient here, wait till the offseason, go for a guy like Robertson, or should they try to salvage this season and say, hey, Stamkos might be a guy who's available, let's do that?
I think it would depend on the price, certainly. If it was purely like a money in, money out type of thing without necessarily premium features that didn't prevent you from making the types of moves I want to see in the offseason, I'd entertain it. I'm not sure what to make of what you're going to get from him as a player right now, right? Like it was such a slow start for him. He
Mhm.
just was not really moving the needle at all. Then they put him with O'Reilly and Forsberg atop the lineup, and he goes off and scores his 600th career goal and has looked much better recently. Yet a
Right.
lot of his production is going to become from catch and shoot from that left circle and on the power play in particular. Now that would be a very valuable skill set for this Devils team, but isn't necessarily like a play driving guy who's going to benefit from playing up tempo and with pace. And I think is going to need to be sheltered a little bit. So especially playing the types of minutes you'd expect Brad and Hughes to be playing and their line mate playing accordingly with them. So I don't love the fit from that angle, but just as a shot maker, that is the type of player they need. So I think it would all depend on price. I'm
Mhm.
more open to it now than I was a month ago when he was really struggling. At the same time, though, I would still have, I think, bigger ambitions than that because you want to salvage the season, certainly, and don't want to miss the playoffs. I want to give yourself a chance to get valuable reps for these guys, but you also want to keep in mind the next 3 to 5 years as opposed to just the rest of this one.
Yeah.